Yo, how's it going everybody? Momoshiki here with a brand new video. Today's video I'm going to be discussing a theory that the most recent episode of Boruto was, brought to my attention. And that theory is the possibility that Momoshiki Otsutsuki allowed Boruto to beat him on purpose. And now you might be asking, why would he do that? So the whole premise behind this is so Momoshiki could get a vessel that has the Jougan. First things first, I will be going by the anime continuity for the sake of this video. So manga fans, I'm sorry, but this one's mostly an anime only video. So my reason for this theory is actually very simple. In the new episode of Boruto, episode 213, we see Amato telling Naruto, Sasuke, Sai, and Shikamaru that an Otsutsuki needs to be at a certain power level to bestow a person with the Karma Seal. This is shown by Amato explaining that Ishiki was too weakened to grant Jougan with the Karma, so Ishiki instead shrunk himself down using his ability and entered Jougan's body through his ear. Amato goes on to explain that Ishiki is essentially a parasite in this situation, living inside Jougan's body, absorbing nutrients, eventually fully taking over Jougan's brain and thus his body for good. After fully taking over Jougan's body, Ishiki then embedded a Karma Seal onto Jougan. So now that we know an Otsutsuki cannot grant a karma on the verge of death and needs to be at a certain power level and strength, I'll now explain how this ties in with Momoshiki possibly losing to Boruto on purpose. In the Boruto anime, before landing the final Rasengan on Momoshiki, a shadow clone of Boruto is shown using the Jougan before landing a mini vanishing Rasengan. Momoshiki makes a very concerned face here. Now this concerned face could be for a majority of reasons, including not wanting to get hit by another Rasengan, but me personally, I'm going to say that the main reason for this concerned look was Boruto's Jougan, because I really don't see an instance Boruto gets that close with the Rasengan to begin with without the Jougan. The Jougan clearly gives your vision / foresight a great amp, as shown by Boruto being able to see both Oroshiki's portals opening long before Shinki, and also being able to see exactly how Oroshiki was going to come through said portals. Because of this, and due to the Jougan being active in the scene versus Momoshiki, I think, even if it's a little bit headcanon-y, we can say Boruto is able to read / predict Momoshiki's attacks before they happen due to the Jougan. After Boruto lands the final super crazy Rasengan onto Momoshiki, it brings us to the moment where Momo planted his karma onto Boruto, in which Momoshiki explains to Boruto that he had strongly inherited the power of the Otsutsuki, showing that he is clearly aware of the Jougan's existence prior to this. Momoshiki then puts his karma onto Boruto, with this marking the end of the fight. So with everything I just said, along with what Amato has said in the recent episode, Momoshiki could not have been on the verge of death, as if he was, he would have never been able to implant a Karma Seal onto Boruto to begin with, thus leading to the theory that Momoshiki allowed Boruto to beat him in order to eventually have the Jougan. So now that I got all that out of the way, I'm going to say right now that I do not believe this theory to be true, considering Momoshiki literally states, "This is nothing, I am Momoshiki Otsutsuki," then gets overpowered by the Rasengan and states, "This can't be ... me defeat it," before then planting his karma on Boruto. Now, while I don't believe Momoshiki lost on purpose, I will say, based on the information from Amato in this episode, I'm led to believe that at the very least, he was far from finished and had a few more tricks up his sleeve, which begs the question, if he still had abilities to use, why not use them, unless of course he threw the fight. In conclusion, well, I think this theory is pretty cool overall and definitely fun to think and talk about. I ultimately do not believe it, just due to what we see at the end of the fight with Momoshiki. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all for stopping by. Be sure to like the video if you feel it deserves so. Momoshiki out.